We are here at the Eagle Fieldhouse. I am Austin White, joined by my partner.
I'm DK Nelson.
And we are here for a great JV matchup. We got the Nixa Eagles versus the Webb City Cardinals. This will be a high-intensity game. The Webb City has proven himself to be a relative team as of late. DK, what are you looking for this game?
What I'm looking for this game is really the energy. Webb City game where it's back and forth. And I've been watching some of the guys on both ends since junior high and middle school ages, and I've got a lot to say about them. They've got a lot of good things going for them, a lot of guys on the rise even now, and they were on the rise even in junior high, and I'm looking for those guys to kind of get their hand in the game a little bit and try to get up into that varsity level. That's really what the goal is for these JV players, is to get wins for the team. And when you see teams doing that and when you see players doing that, coaches are going to have their eyes on them.
Yeah, I mean, this JV team is about as good as any other in the state. They're a really athletic group, high-flying, fast, physical. I'd say about 4 or 5 of these guys could start on majority of schools in Springfield and Missouri.
Yeah, and that just goes a lot to say about basketball in Missouri in itself and basketball in Springfield, Missouri. I mean, we've got a couple big tournaments coming up even. We've got Tournament of Champions coming up on, I believe, the 14th, and then we've got the Nixa Invitational Tournament coming up in just a couple months here. And so those tournaments are the ones that kind of just show the basketball in the area and the basketball culture in the area. This town, this area is a really big basketball culture, a lot of basketball knowledge. And with that being said, it raises a bunch of good players.
Yeah, I mean, this area is one of the better areas in the state for basketball as like skill level. I mean, most of these teams can compete with any team in Missouri as far as skill level and just matchmaking overall. I mean, Nixa generally doesn't have a huge squad ever. They're just really physical, nasty, and they'll get in on you and create some easy buckets.
Yeah, and really, like you said, the area being really good, they can compete with any team. That's why you see a lot of these teams go into the postseason and make these late playoff runs even. And right now we're taking a look at the JV guys. That's more of a varsity thing, but these JV guys are worth the watch. And let me tell you that these guys are going to put on a show tonight, so stay tuned. This game will get started in just a couple of minutes here as the starting lineups are about to go underway.
The starters.
And we are back for game time. Jumping for the Nixa Eagles will be Cameron Miller, and for the Webb City Cardinals it'll be Rylan Houston. As we get a start to this highly anticipated JV matchup, and Webb City will get the ball off the jump. Look out, they have the ball in the wing, trying to get some offense going. Ball down low, and that's an easy bucket. Really good give and go right there on the screen, as Jalen Liddell will bring the ball up for the Nixa Eagles right here. He'll swing it over to Grady Oaf. Grady Oaf looking inside. He'll hit Matthew Ajayu. And I don't know if it's a shot attempt or kind of just a pass. Webb City now moving with some pace and long on the 3-ball. Really good board by Rylan Houston, and that'll be an easy 2.
Yeah, look for Webb City to go to Rylan Houston a lot. He's got 2 buckets already, and he is a 6'5" sophomore forward, and that's going to be a really big power forward for them. He's going to back down the Nixa guys, and that's going to be a big mismatch, because Nixa, even on the varsity end, is a little bit undersized.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. And they'll inbound it to Grady Yelf. He'll swing over to Mathen Jai, over to Eli Deal for 3. And that is good. Eli Deal is 1 for 1 on 3-point attempts over the night. Webb City is running some offense now. Tip pass by Mathen Jayu. Webb City regains the ball. Heavy defense by Nixa here. And a promising drive turned into a travel. What'd you see there?
I mean, really, it was just got bumped off balance a little bit, drove down a little bit out of control, and then with that little bit of pressure on him, just got pushed off balance, couldn't keep a hold of his feet. Yeah,
I think it was one of the things where he tried spinning and thought he would run into somebody and end up did it. As Cameron Miller over there, the 10-footer. Webb City now moving the ball and tipped off Grady Oaf, it looked like. It'll stay Webb City ball on the sideline.
On those first 2 possessions for Webb City, Nixa's defense wasn't looking the greatest, but they've stepped up now, and the announcer's jinx there is Rylan Houston gets his 3rd bucket of the game.
Yeah, Rylan Houston is a dominant force right now. Nixa just needs to contain him and get somebody on him down low. And with the block, no one other than Rylan Houston. And Webb City pushing with some pace. Drive inside, 10-footer, no good. Board by Eli Deal. Liddell bringing up the court. Just swing it to the corner. Back up to Liddell. Over to Deal, and looked like he just picked his foot up before he tried to go.
Yeah, Deal wanted that shot. He wanted it, and just kind of got a little bit antsy there, trying to go to the basket off of a little baby fake, and officials called him for the travel there.
Yeah, it looked like he caught it, tried to fake a shot fake, and then as stolen by Grady Oaf, he's pushing it down the court. Good move on the defender. He'll go up, and it's good. Really good move there by Grady Oaf. And Holland will bring it up the court for the Webb City, excuse me. They'll get it into Houston. Stripped away by Deal. To Liddell. Ajayu driving down low. He'll kick it back out to Liddell. Liddell to Miller. Miller for 3. Off back rim. And Holland will bring it up the court. Really good move on Oaf right there. Kind of nudges him off a little bit, and that's an easy 2.
Yeah, that's just a big man's play right there. Take it downhill, use your body to create some space.
Oaf will knock down the 3 as Nixa leads 10-8. Holland's bringing up the court. He's been the main ball handler for this Webb City team so far. Jump pass by Liddell, and that'll go out of bounds on Nixa.
That's the 2nd pass tipped by the Eagles out of bounds, and Webb City kind of just making a little bit risky passes, and then even some lazy passes here too.
Yeah, they've been a little bit sloppy on the offensive end since the early surge. I think they really just need to get it down low to Houston, as he's been showing that he can get boards and make good plays down low. And speaking of sloppy plays from the Webb City offense, miscommunication error, it seemed like.
Liddell will pass in for the Eagles.
He'll hit Deal in the corner, back to Liddell. Trying to make a move on his defender, swings it over to Miller. Miller to Oath. Oath, 15-footer. It is good. High bouncing off the back of the rim and ends up falling. Rim did a favor for Oath on that one. Webb City now moving the ball. Oath pushing in transition, and that'll be a charge. Really good body control by number 12, Jacob Stites. Really good play there by him, recognizing he's coming with full set of steam and just playing his feet and taking it.
Yeah, you could see that play coming all the way down the floor. Oath just went down with a full head of steam and just needed to stop there, get to his spot before the offensive man. Easy call there.
Yeah, stripped away by Deal. He'll bring up the corner of the wing. He'll give it to Liddell. Liddell over to Miller. Miller to Ajayu inside. Pump fake, good move up and under. That's two.
Yeah, and right there, the 3-2 zone with Houston out on top. Left a lot of room for an easy bucket down low as Oath comes up with the steal.
This Webb City offense has just been really sloppy since the beginning. Over to Miller in the corner for three. Off for him. Houston with another board. Holland making a move on Oath, and he does it. The lefty with the nice finish.
You can tell when they're going to.
Liddell bringing the ball up the court. He'll at Mathen. Back to Liddell. Gets a screen from Miller. Trying to drive inside. Runs into Deal, and looks like they'll call a foul on a Webb City player. Not sure who that is yet.
Foul's called the card number 35, Rylan Houston.
And that'll be Houston. That'll be his first personal foul of the night. As number 11, Rennie, and number 20, Crayons will check in.
And number 11, Spencer Reed.
Oath, three-point shot. It is good. He's 2 for 2 from the night from three. Holland has the ball at the top. Sizing up his defender. He'll kick it to the corner. Three-point attempt, off back rim. Rennie will end up with the board. He's going to swing over to Oath. Oath feeling hot. Just off the front of the rim. Good board by Rennie, little guy on the inside. Back out to Oath. Oath into Crayons. Crayons, good give and go to Deal, and unable to convert the shot. Really promising play right there.
Yeah, even though that shot didn't go down, that SWAT, this offense is designed to create those shots inside. Look for them to go back to that play later in this game.
And that'll be a reach on Deal right there. Try to make a play on the ball. Dribbling offensive player.
First personal foul. Second team foul for the Eagles.
Holland on the inside. He'll try to fade away. It looked like Crayons got a piece of that on the shot attempt. And Rennie will bring the ball up the court. Rennie will sing it to Crayons. Crayons over to Oath. Nix has got 14 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they just hold it out. Liddell on the sideline, size up his man. Good move to the rim. Finish. 4 seconds. 3, 2. Holland from half court. Way short. And that'll be the first quarter, folks. Score is 19 Nixa, 10 Webb City. We'll be right back after the short break.
This is Mr. Callahan. He doesn't talk much on TV,
Nope.
but he does love helping people,
Yes, I do.
and he's really good at it. He has daily training with his team to make sure your system is running at its best.
Always.
And if you have questions about your HVAC system, he'll come to your house. No problem.
Anytime.
Callahan Heating and Cooling. Whew, I'm out of breath.
I'm doing great.
Join our Callahan Care Club. Call today. Callahan Heating and Cooling.
To the floor there, and they'll call that Webb City ball.
Looked like he just got tripped up or something right there. And Nix is now in a press. It looks like a diamond press almost, with Oaf manning the middle. Miller up in front with Riddell and Rennie and Liddell, excuse me. And Webb City will call a timeout.
That press for the Eagles, that's a press that they've been taught all throughout their basketball years with Nixa, really. That's a press that you see coming out of them that is really hard for these teams to break, especially with the high speed and intensity that Nixa brings with their smaller guys, with their slightly undersized teams. And so with that, Nixa really with that grit and fight down there is really what's going to hold them into this game and then push them even to a win.
Yeah, what I've realized from watching Nixa basketball for a while is they don't have height size, but they will go down low, and the smaller guys will go down low, and they'll get a board. They're really grimy down low. They'll get a lot of boards. They're just really physical and really good basketball players. They know how to play the game. And Webb City will break the press pretty easily. It looked like Coach had something drawn up there. Trying to run some offense, miscommunication, and Liddell will end up with the ball. Just really sloppy right there from the Webb City offense. Over to Rennie. Rennie to Miller in the corner. Pump fake. 20-footer is good. Good move there by Miller. Tip ball by Miller, and loose ball. Houston will recover it. Webb City trying to get something set up here. And Holland will take a three, and that's a pretty shot right there. Nothing but net.
That's pure, and we'll see if that'll give Webb City a little bit of momentum here, down 13-21.
Yeah, they need to pick up some speed right here. They need to get a little juice and get a little going. Inside to Miller, pump fake, and they'll end up calling that a shooting foul on Houston. Excuse me, number 13, Cole.
Really, that looked like from our angle more of a jump ball. I did have a ref in my way there, but it did look pretty close. Miller will shoot his first.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing there. Kind of looked like they got tangled up a little bit. And Miller missed his first free throw. And Austin Eskley will come into the game for the Webb City Cardinals.
Watch out.
Back and forth Eagles, number 5, Nathan Ajayi.
Miller makes his second as Ajayi comes in for Oak. Webb City to inbound. And then there yet again, Webb City just trying to push the pace, trying to get that high energy, but another mistake there throwing the ball out of bounds. Liddell missed a short cam foul.
sides. His first personal.
And Liddell will get it to fall. Heavy trap by the Eagles. And Webb City will break it, come down with a full head of steam, and that'll be a shooting foul on Sam Crayons.
Yeah, Crayons tried to get a hand up there, just kind of got caught up in the speed, caught up with that quick drive down low, and that's an easy call.
And the first free throw is good. And he goes 2 for 2 at the line as Liddell will bring it up the court. He'll swing the ball over to Rennie. Rennie back to Liddell, into Miller on the inside. Back out to Liddell, Liddell for 3. No good. And that'll be Nixa ball, a little flat on the inside for the ball, and Nixa ends up getting possession here.
Yeah, Liddell thought that shot was going to go. I think most of the people in the gym thought that one was going to go as well. Tips out, saves Nixa's a steal.
And 2 points is converted.
Webb City picking up a little bit of momentum here, 24-17.
And floater short for Rennie. Webb City running some offense now. Holland will try to make him move. He won't. He'll swing it over to his teammate. Back to Holland. Spin move, and that'll be a travel. And check into the game for the Eagles, number 10, Deal, and number 15, Oaf.
Right there on that possession for the Cardinals, they had some good ball movement going, but just trying to do a little too much was Holland, and that led to the travel.
And Liddell will swing it to Deal, back to Liddell, over to Oaf, back to Liddell, Liddell driving, he'll kick the Deal. Deal driving now, finds Ajayi on the inside, and Ajayi goes up and is fouled.
Foul's called Webb City's number 35, Ryland Houston, his second personal foul, 13th foul. Shooting 2 for the Eagles, Matha Ajayi.
And the first free throw will fall.
For the Webb City Cardinals, number 15, Matha.
And driving is a Webb City offensive player. Can tell you that was, and he will get 2 to fall. As Liddell will bring the ball up the court. He'll swing it over to Oaf. Oaf will be open. He'll just take a 3 and in and out of the hoop. Miller with a good board. He'll go up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Fighting through traffic, and I think they'll rule that. They'll say they grabbed his arm on that one to reach on number 23, Dante Mills. That'll be his first of the game.
Let's go.
And Oaf with the pass to Miller, a little bit too high. And easy finish for number 12, Stites there. Liddell bringing the ball up the court, looking to slow some of this Webb City momentum here, excuse me.
Let's go.
Liddell over in the corner, Deal to Oaf. Oaf makes a good move. Heavily contested jump shot from about 17 feet. And Holland will bring the ball up the court. Blocked down by Deal. Miller ends up with it. Ball on the ground. And Webb City defender falls on it. Webb City pushing with traffic now. Holland has the ball over to Stites. Stites for 2, and it's good. And that'll be a Nixa timeout. Trying to slow down some of this Webb City momentum here.
Yeah, Webb City with a big run there to start out the second half of this second quarter. And really, they've got a lot of momentum right now, cutting the lead down to 2. And Coach Miller just calling timeout, trying to get a hold of his guys. They've gotten a little bit out of control here, and he's just going to see if he can slow down this momentum and then keep his guys all on the same page here with 2:18 left to go on the clock in the half.
And we are back from that timeout break. Cutting a Jayu into Deal. Deal through some traffic and no good on the 2 attempt. Gets his own rebound. Ball on the ground. Defender's falling for it. Webb City will come up with it. Holland makes a jumping catch, and they'll say a foul on Liddell right there, I think. What'd you see on that one?
I just saw really both teams trying to push the pace, trying to get quick offense started up, and just got out of control, trying to push it a little bit too hard there, and now the ball stay with the Webb City.
Foul's called illegal number 23, Cameron Miller. His first personal foul, 13 foul for the Eagles.
Let's go.
And Stites will end up with the ball off that. He'll shoot an open 3. No good, bit long. Miller with the rebound. He'll go to Liddell.
On that inbound play, if Stites didn't lose that ball there, it would have probably been an easy layup,
Yeah.
but all for naught off of the little bobble there.
Yeah, it was a really good cut by him. And Miller will drain the 17-footer.
Ready to shoot.
Stites now trying to make a move on Liddell. Good defense by Liddell. Both playing defense. And that might have been a travel there. Really good board by Miller. Good box out. He'll give the ball to Liddell as Liddell will bring the ball up the court. And I don't know what he was trying to do there. What did you see there?
I saw Liddell's jersey get pulled way down there. He got held pretty hard there and almost went down to the floor even, and that's why he threw that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, it almost looked like he tried a Euro step and then realized it wasn't going great because he was getting held, and then tried to find a teammate and just nobody was available.
Let's go.
And Webb City will be running some offense. Holland will fake a shot and kick it back out to the outside, and that'll be a travel. Kind of tried to do a jab step and ended up taking too many steps. Long shot from Miller. He thought he got fouled, it looked like. And Holland getting pressure in the backcourt. Holland driving, hits an open guy. That'll be Stites. He'll miss the reverse layup on that one. Liddell bringing the ball for the Eagles. He sized up his defender. Gets him to Miller. Miller out to 0 for 3. No good. And that'll be the half of this JV matchup. Really good game here so far. Nixa 27, Webb City 23. We'll be right back after this short break. And we are back for some more second half action of this Nixa versus Webb City game. It's been a really close scoring game. Tell me what you've seen, DK.
I mean, really, that last 2 minutes, 18 seconds of that second half really kind of defined what this game is possibly going to turn out to be. It could have ended a lot better for both teams, but it definitely could have ended a lot worse for Nixa in the way that that really 2 minute run from the 4 minute mark to the 2 minute mark of that second half. That second half could have ended a lot differently for Nixa, but that timeout there really helped them shift momentum going into this third quarter.
Yeah, you could definitely feel Webb City gaining some momentum there. And Nixa just stole it right back with that timeout and ended the half on a high note. And that'll be a 5-second penalty. Trying to get out of the spot. And Sam Crams will inbound it to Grady Oath as Oath brings the ball up the court. He'll give it over to Crams. Crams over to Deal. Deal tries to swing it across the Oath, and Holland will intercept it. Miller trying to make a Superman play, isn't able to. And Crams will bring the ball up the court now. Over to Jayu. Jayu back to Crams, over to Oath. Oath ball fakes, driving inside, underneath to Jayu. Jayu reverse layup, no good. And ball rolling, and Deal dives for it. Looks like he might have hit his head on the chairs over there. We'll hope he's okay. And that'll be Webb City ball. And Holland, who's been the main ball handler for this Webb City team all year, or all game long, will bring the ball up once again. Good dish inside, and that'll be an easy two. Really good backdoor cut right there.
That was a really easy play and probably drawn up at halftime as one that they were going to run early in this third quarter. And that play actually ties the game here, and it's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, and that's not a super complex play. It's just a pass and go. It's a simple cut. Yeah, and should be a good one as Ajayi will get the ball in the corner. He's immediately driving, met with the defender, but he finishes over the top. Really good finish there by Ajayi.
And really something that I've seen in this game is Nixa has been playing pretty comfortable, almost like they have a lot larger lead than they do, and like they're up about 15 to 20. And really until that run that Webb City put on, that's what I was seeing out of them. That's what they kind of came out with in this third quarter.
Yeah, and there's Houston on the inside again. And just to add on to what you've been saying, I mean, yeah, they're showing a lot of composure, not feeling too rushed, making sure they get their shot, not trying to chuck up threes. They're making sure they're attacking the rim and getting good quality shots.
Yeah, and really that's something that we saw, again, up until that 2 minute 18 mark when Webb City went on that run, forcing a lot of turnovers and really just putting a lot of pressure on this Nixa team.
Yeah, as Deal will be at the line, and he will miss the first one. And Rennie will come onto the court for Ajayi. As Deal will be at the line for his second free throw. And that one was short. Okay. Holland bringing the ball up the court down for Webb City. He's driving and kind of untouched almost. He'll get his rebound, fight for it, and Deal will get it. He'll swing it over to Rennie. Rennie bringing the ball up the court now. Rennie over to Deal. Deal over to Crans. Crans swinging it over to Rennie. Rennie looking inside to Miller. Miller trying to make a move. Gets the ball in one hand. That might have... Man, I could have sworn he dribbled it before that. Must have just pivoted a lot.
Yeah, and Cam fouled there. The ball will go down to the baseline. 4:32 in the third quarter left in a tie ball game.
And Rennie in the corner for three. And that'll be a foul.
I believe they called an off-ball foul there. That one will go on Houston.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking there. And Houston's a dominant force you need in this game. He cannot be messing around and getting too many fouls because he's getting a lot of boards and a lot of points. And the Carmel will return to Miller as he will get a foul called on him right there.
Miller, his second personal foul. First team foul.
That's Miller's second foul. He's got 7 points. Grady's got 10 and then Deal with 3. Those are the scores for the Nixa team.
Holland kind of sizing up Oaf here. He's going to drive to the right. Good look almost on the inside, and ball is untouched by anybody. By everybody. Untouched by everybody, excuse me. And that'll be Nixa ball, as Oaf has been the main ball handler of the second half, bringing it up the court.
Webb City still in their zone look, and it's been working out well in the second half.
And Oaf, a little bit of an unconditional off the glass jumper. That's a really good shot there by him. And Stites is going to drive on Miller now. Crazy with shot, kind of left hand hooked it almost. Oaf will get the rebound. He's driving inside. He swings over to Miller. Miller on the inside, and he finishes. Really good finish there by Miller. Holland will kick it out to the corner, and that is good.
That's just an easy shot from the wing there. That's what you practice, and that's an open shot that.
And Deal looked like he dribbled it off his foot right there.
Back to the floor. Matha Ajayi. 2-4 for the Cardinals.
And then Austin easily just goes back to that wing that he hit that 3 from. And you know, just based off of his body language right there, in that spot, that's where he wants to be, and that's where he wants to catch and shoot the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, Webb City has just been really productive in the backcourt. They got 2 really good backcourt players in Stites, excuse me, and Holland. I mean, they've just been controlling the tempo of the game for Webb City on offense. They have about 18 points combined, if I'm correct.
And that ball just sails over Thornton's head, and really 2 options there. That you had Thornton down low and then Ajayi in the corner, and then I think that pass was just a little bit rushed, trying to get it in there before a player could crash into the paint.
Stites driving on Ajayi, kind of a crazy shot. Hits the bottom of the end. Thorne will fall down close to us. Miller up top and high flying, and he will get the shot to fall. Really good take there by Cameron Miller. And steps out of bounds, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that.
I believe when Sites caught that, he was standing out of bounds.
Yeah, and now Oaf will bring it up. He's trying to get something started, being patient here. He'll give it to Thornton. Thornton looking at Rennie on the other side. Really good pass to Ajayi. And that's a really good finish and really good pass. Really good cut as well.
Yeah, and just with that zone, that 3-2 zone that was just ran on that play, again, an easy layup down low.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do against zones. You got to cut a lot. You got to move. You got to make them wonder where you are. They can't know where you are 24/7, you know?
Yeah, and Thornton there, that was a very high IQ play to bring the ball up towards the top of the key, to bring those bottom 2 guys up, and then just throw it straight into Ajayi down low.
Yeah. And Webb City will get an out of bounds play. Holland has it around the arc, and he will finish that left hand right there. Rennie over to Oaf. Ajayi with a wide open 3, and he can't convert. And Houston will get a board. Really good defense there, and Houston expressing his anger, hitting the pad. Really good chase down by Rennie right there. Oaf has the ball, bring up the court. Nixa being patient right now. They're not trying to force anything. And as I say that, they actually force it inside.
Forced it inside, but then it also forced a foul.
Oh, I didn't see
Ball
that.
will go down to the baseline.
Yeah, I think Nixa played Nixa basketball. They're going to slow, wait for their chance, and then whatever they can, they're going to strike with the backdoor cut. And Rennie, really good cut and really good finish.
It's good. Spencer Rennie.
And Houston, after that play, goes to the bench. He is in foul trouble. I believe he has 4.
Yeah, that does sound correct. And Stites will drive. He'll pull up from a 9-footer and drills it. And Rennie will take over the ball handling duties. Him and Oaf in the backcourt right now. Slings it over to Oaf. Oaf, not even anybody on him and just long. Webb City pushing into transition. Holland has the ball now. He'll swing it on the inside. Really good pass there. Just caught Nixa defense out of order, and they get the converted points.
Come on, defense. Come on, get up. Get down.
And Nixa runs some offense now, taking the time, trying to get the last shot here. Ajayu. And I'm not entirely sure what they called there.
I believe it was just a simple little off-ball foul. Our bodies got caught up together.
Shooting 2 for the Eagles, Cameron Miller.
And Cameron Miller will go to the line for 2. And first one is in and out. And second one is money. Holland bringing the ball off the court. And travel on Ajayu.
Yeah, Jai just tried to back him down on a spin move there and just got a little bit out of control.
Personal foul charge to number 23 for the Cardinals, Dante Dills. That'll be his 4th personal foul.
And now it looks like they'll call a foul down low.
Shooting 2 for the Eagles, Matthew Ajayi.
And Ajayi will shoot a technical shot here. Ajayi misses, but Nixa will retain the ball. 3.9 seconds left to play. Miller puts up a last-second prayer off of the backboard, 41-38.
We'll be right back after this short break.
You seem happy.
Mr. Callahan, I just love when we can give our customers peace of mind.
Me too.
It's all because of our limited lifetime warranty.
That's right.
Even if their unit was to fail, we will replace it with a brand new one.
Yes, we will.
Now that's peace of mind.
That's Callahan.
Find out more about our limited lifetime warranty and to join our Callahan Care Club. Call today, Callahan Heating and Cooling.
Liddell over to Crayons to Miller to the inside, and a little bit of a miscommunication there from Miller and Oaf as Oaf tried cutting, and Oaf says, "My bad," to Cameron Miller, as I could tell from my lip reading skills.
I'm not sure if that was really a miscommunication or if it was just Oaf seeing an opening down low and kind of leaving his spot, and that's where Cam expected him to be.
Yeah. And anyways, Liddell will bring the ball up the court, swings it over to Deal. Deal for three, and he hits. Really good shot there by Deal.
Deal put in a little bit of fire under this Nixa team, bringing some energy, and they're going to need that going into this final stretch here in a very close game.
And three is short. Oak with the rebound. Just letting the defense go back, and Liddell will bring the ball up the court. Liddell swing on the inside to Miller. Miller is fouled, and he should go to the no, excuse me, sorry. I was looking at the timeout slash for foul. Excuse me.
First team foul for the Cardinals.
And Liddell went down the ball. A cutting Miller. And they're going to say Miller hooked around them. A little bit of an unfortunate play there by Nixa. Miller's trying to get on the inside of him, and they're just going to say wrap that arm around and didn't allow any play for the defender. Holland making moves on Liddell. Good defense by Liddell. Stites now. We're swinging it over to a wing. Back to Stites. Stites making a move. Loses his dribble a little bit. To Holland. Holland back to a cut. That almost looked like it went between Oak's legs. And Liddell directing some traffic. He's bringing the ball up the court. Swings it over to Crayons. Crayons over to Liddell. Liddell on the inside of Miller. Miller's going to make a move with some traffic and get the two to fall. Really good play there from Miller. And Holland across the timeline. Liddell with heavy pressure. Holland trying to make a move. Heavy traffic, and they're going to say that was a reach on Cameron Miller, I believe.
23, Cameron Miller.
It is Cameron Miller.
Now Miller is in foul trouble, 4 fouls, 2 more, and his night is done. That will go same for Houston, who Miller is guarding right now.
Yeah, so the two big guys for each team are in foul trouble. And they're going to say push on Crayons there, as Stites will go to the line for 2.
Foul's called illegal number 20, Sam Crayons, his second personal foul, 13 foul illegals. Shooting 2 for Webb City, Jacob Stites.
And Stites will go to the line for 2. First shot is good. Second shot for Stites, no good, rims out. And Deal will get the board and hand it off to Liddell as Liddell brings the ball up the court. Kind of in a 1-3-1 kind of defense here. Crayons makes a move, gives it to Oak. Oak with the finish, and it's good. Really good play there from Grady Oak.
Now Oaf and Miller share 14 points on the board.
Stites with a good move and pickpocketed by Liddell, I believe. And Holland will inbound the ball. He'll toss up to Houston. Houston on the inside. He'll go up and feel like that was a little bit of a weak foul there.
I I believe, yeah, that one will go on Kranz. He kind of stuck his arm out there, and then Houston kind of just used that to kind of just draw the foul, knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. And Houston's first shot will be good. And no good on the second one, just a little bit right. Two Nixa players fight over the board, and that'll be Webb City ball as Eli Deal is down and hurt, grabbing his right knee.
The Webb City Cardinals.
As we have a player down, we will take a short break here.
And Deal will be up and moving. Walking with a little bit of a limp. Wonder if he just landed on it wrong. What do you think happened there?
I think just Deal and Cameron Miller going up there just got caught up, and Deal, it might have been on the landing, might have been on the hit from them two, might have been a little bit of both, but he was writhing in pain right once he went down, and it did not look very good. 4:14 left to play in the fourth quarter, and I believe Webb City called a timeout after the injury.
Yeah, I think they did. And Nixa will be up by 6 with Webb City's ball down low.
And something to look out for are the fouls, especially on Nixa's end. Cameron Miller with 4 team fouls. Sam Kranz with 3. And then Holland for Webb City with 4 as well. That's going to be something that's going to play a big part going into the rest of this game.
Yeah, for sure. And a little bit of a push off there by Houston. Might have got called for a foul on that one. And
I believe they call an illegal screen on Houston there. That'll put him at 5 fouls on the night.
That'll be his 5th foul of the game, and
That'll be his 5th personal foul.
he will not be able to play the rest of the game. So Webb City was missing their dominant big man that's been able to get boards consistently all night. As Liddell will bring the ball up the court for the Nixa Eagles. They'll swing it over to Kranz, excuse me. High pass to Liddell. Liddell making a move, his double team over to Miller, back to Kranz, to the corner with Rennie. Rennie's pass tip, back to Oath. Really good play there by Rennie to stay with the ball and watch it to his hands and then make a great pass to Oath. Liddell heavily guarding. And Webb City trying to run some offense. That'll be a travel violation called on number 15, Malachi George.
And now Nixa up 8 points, and they're just kind of having their way in these last couple minutes, kind of doing whatever they want. Yes, that last possession was a little bit sloppy, but nonetheless, they're kind of pushing themselves into a nice little, hopefully closing out run here.
And Kranz will give it to Grady in the corner. And that'll be a backcourt violation. Not a great pass from Oaf there, and that'll be Webb City ball.
Yeah, Oaf just trying to force it back to the play creator, to the point guard, who Liddell, he can really swing that around. He can guide his offense. He has a really high basketball IQ.
And Stites will get on the inside, and that'll be a jump ball on Miller and Stites. This would be Webb City ball again. Really good play there by Miller, especially going into the later part of the game. You dive for that loose ball, you get it. It's your ball then, like, you know. You get jump ball privileges. And Holland will have the ball in the corner, trying to make a move on Liddell. Getting double teamed by Liddell and Oath. He'll just chuck it up, finds a guy. Deep three and off the front rim.
No backspin.
Liddell brings the ball up now. He'll make a move and miscarries it, and that'll go out of bounds on Liddell. And Holland will bring the ball up the court now. Let's see. And never mind. Choose what I said. And he'll be trapped in the corner, and that'll be a foul on Miller, and that'll be his 5th personal foul of the game. So he'll check out.
Fast call Eagle, number 23, Cameron.
The shot will be a double bonus shot. 2 shots for Webb City. A chance to cut the lead down to 6. It will be Malachi DeGeorge shooting the ball.
And Jameis Thornton will check into the game for the Nixa Eagles.
The Eagles going with kind of a shorter speed look here.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry.
My guess would be to probably try and run out as much of the clock as possible, along with quick points if needed.
Yeah, along with that smaller lineup, you got better ball handlers, guys that can swing the ball around faster, make quicker plays, quicker decisions, you know, that sort of thing. And Crayons looked like he tried to grab it and tipped off his hand in the Webb City defender's hand, and that'll go in the hoop. Crayons now dribbling. He'll hit Oath on the other side of the court as they pass the timeline. Oath driving now. He'll go with the Crayons. Crayons kind of a hook shot. No good. Rolled up the back rim. And Webb. And no charge called. Ball in the backcourt now. Good drive. No good on that.
I think the only reason the refs did not blow the whistle on a charge there is because he stopped his drive and did not continue it after the spin move. If he did and went up with it, I think that would have been a charge all the way.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you right there. And that'll be a foul on number 23, Mills, on Sam Crayons. And Nixa will have the ball on the sideline.
5th personal foul. 13 foul.
In Webb City, 2 fouls to give. No, a foul to give. They can stall this game out a little bit. 1:37 to go, down by 6 as the Cardinals.
Yeah. Nixa just needs to put the throw. Oh, and that'll be a travel. Looked like he was trying to go to Liddell, changed his mind, and went back to him, but too late. Picked his pivot foot up already.
Back to the floor for Webb City, number 5, Blake Cruz.
Webb City needs to pick up the pace a little bit. They got to get some quick shots. And
surprising.
Go with the Stites. Really good shot there by Esley.
That'll cut the lead down to 4. Still a 2-possession game, but definitely much more manageable for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and Rennie will go over to Liddell. Liddell in the corner to Thorin, back to Liddell. Liddell driving, really tough shot, and he'll be fouled on that. Really good shot there by Liddell, though.
Liddell a chance to push the lead to either 5 or 6 here. That'll definitely put the pressure on Webb City to hit some threes. 54.9 seconds left in the game.
And nothing but net on the first one by Liddell. Liddell for the second shot. And that's good, nothing but net. And Coach Miller will take a full timeout here for the Nixa Eagles as they're up by 8.
Yeah, with the Eagles up by 8, it's going to be a good call on Coach Miller to call that timeout there, just kind of cool his guys down. Webb City kind of went on a little bit of a run, just a little bit to cut that lead down, and now up by 8. That's going to be a big time timeout for the Eagles, as they've got to manage these last 54.9 seconds to try and come out with a win.
Yeah, and the Eagles still have 3 timeouts left, so they get in trouble or anything, they can just call in real quick.
Yeah, neither team with fouls to give. That's going to be possibly an issue going into the rest of the game with stalling it out, is a foul will lead to some free shots there. As the Eagles take the floor, they look ready. Oaf may be walking a little bit with the limp, maybe cramping up there, just trying to get a feel for what he's got. Webb City will have the ball at the baseline.
And we're back after that timeout as Holland will pass the ball in. Back to Holland. Liddell pressuring on Holland as he'll cross the timeline. Liddell picked his pocket, but they'll say he reached, and that'll be a foul on Liddell.
That call really could have gone both ways, call or no call. And Liddell just bumped him a little bit on the steal. 6-point game here.
And Holland will knock down the first shot.
And Oaf gets fouled. It is a 4-point game. Oaf going to the line, trying to bring the lead back up to 5 or 6 again.
15 foul for Webb City.
Webb City, if he makes these either way, is going to have to push the pace.
Yeah, Webb City's got 35 seconds left to make up a maximum of 5 points, depending on if Oaf makes this shot right here. Nixa needs Oaf to make this to push it to a 3 and a 2 instead of 2 twos. And no good on that one. And a really good rebound there by Kranz, and he'll be fouled immediately.
That's called against Cardinal, number 10, Brady Holland, his second.
Kranz with the chance to push the lead to 5 or 6. The question is, after these shots, do you think about fouling?
I mean, you got to. I mean, especially if they make it a 6-point game, because then they'll get the maximum of 2 points if they make both the free throws. And then there you go. Then you get fouled again. Then you go to the line for 2. I mean, it kind of slows down the rhythm of the game, but at the same time, it can help you out in a big way at the end.
Kranz misses both. Rebound goes to the Cardinals.
And Rennie will tip that pass, try to jump one, and it'll go out of bounds off him as Holland will pass the ball in. He'll give it to Stites. Stites back to Holland. Holland. And that'll be a travel on number 5, Ruiz.
Yeah, and right there, Webb City just kind of
Yeah, Webb City needs to foul here with 15 seconds left. And never mind, as Kranz will throw it into the fan section over there, over Coach Miller's head. Really poor play there.
And a quick timeout there, 2.2 seconds left. I think maybe some of the Webb City players thought this game was closer than it was. It's a 2-point game, and they ran off 12 seconds of game time on that possession right there. I think that's just kind of an offensive lapse there. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them in the end, or if those 4 missed free throws late in the fourth quarter come back to haunt the Eagles.
I mean, sorry. The way you have to look at it is Webb City, they foul. Nixa has to make both free throws to guarantee a win. They make one. Webb City's just up to a prayer at that point. The one guy Webb City should not want to foul is Liddell. We do not want to foul Jalen Liddell. His 2 free throws earlier were crisp money.
Yeah, and when you look, it doesn't really matter who takes that foul for the Cardinals. Each of their guys are not in foul trouble on the court, and then when you're going down the floor, if they do get the foul off and if a free throw is missed, you have to look for those shooters.
Also, if Nixa does get fouled and the player makes their first free throw, you can also look at it as intentionally miss the second free throw, hit it off the rim, whatever, touches their hands, time starts kicking, you know? As Liddell will get fouled and get the ball.
Foul's called Cardinal number 13.
Takes off exactly a second of game time. Liddell will go to the line. High pressure moment here.
And money on the first one.
Liddell makes the first one. 1.2 seconds away from the end of the JV game. Looking into the game you guys have been waiting for, the varsity game. But right now, this could possibly be the game of the night with the score line here. Liddell misses.
And Webb City will get a timeout with 0.2 seconds left.
Timeout called by the Webb City.
That had 0.2 seconds left. I think the refs are going to talk about adding some time back onto the clock. We will see here.
I saw one of the refs go over to the other and say, it says 0.2, but I think he called it a little bit sooner, so we'll see if they give him some extra time here. And this is a really good game by a lot of players on our team. I mean, you got Grady Oak with 16 points. I think Cam Miller ended with 14 or 13, something like that.
Miller, I believe, had 14, and 0.9 is enough to get off a catch and shoot. No dribbles, nothing extra. It has to be a clean catch and a clean shot if Webb City wants to have a chance at winning this game. Or, tying it up in the end. 3-point game, 0.9 seconds left on the clock. This may be the game of the night right here.
As we are back and ready for the last play of the game, or so, unless they make it, and we got to go to overtime.
Has to be a catch and shoot. Really, I would station all of the Nixa players behind half court. They've got to get the ball in. Liddell intercepts it.
And that's the end of the JV matchup. Final score 53-50. What'd you see there?
Really, I just saw the Nixa team kind of showing the grit that they've been trained to have and not letting the adversity get to them. Even with the 4 missed free shots towards the end of the game, they were able to keep their composure and then really shut out that Webb City offense.
Yeah, that was a great game by the Nixa Eagles. They played really good, showed really good toughness and perseverance to get through the hard times. Went on a little bit of a slow scoring streak, but they picked it back up and really got up there at the end.
And that really, don't get me wrong, was a great game from both teams. Webb City put up a very strong fight. They were down for a lot of the game. Cage kept making comebacks and kept putting the pressure on the Eagles. And now we look to the varsity game. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Coming up,
And
varsity
we will
action,
see you
Eagle
in
basketball,
14 and a half minutes.
We are live from Eagles Fieldhouse in Nixa, Missouri here on this Tuesday night. It's the Webb City Cardinals taking on the Nixa Eagles. I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Evan Brett. The Eagles are fresh off of a Gold Division championship in the blue and gold where they took down the Hartville Eagles 57-50, and Webb City is 4-2 coming to this game, trying to knock off one of the best teams in the state. Once again, myself, Brady Richard, and my partner Evan Brett. Evan, this has been a pretty good season for the Eagles so far. You know, a team that lost a lot of guys, you know, they're looking good. They're fresh off a blue and gold division win, and I think that's a big morale boost for this team, especially after losing Owen Sight.
Exactly. You know, I feel like a big contributor to that was the bench stepping up. They've looked to their bench a lot, especially with Owen Sight staying out. We saw that in the final game against Hartville. They like to rotate. They already like to rotate their guards in and out of them, but they did a lot more. You know, we saw a lot more playing time for people like Logan Preston, Matt Najai. I feel like they stepped up a lot, especially Braylon Smith coming up that bench. You know, you saw that 6-minute man roll. And then when he had to step up for Owen Sight's absence into that varsity spot, I felt like he did a very good job, especially with him being so young. You know, a lot of times you can see a lot of mistakes come from those younger guys, but you know, he's definitely very wise for his age, I'd say, in the basketball terms.
You say mistakes do come from those younger guys. One thing that is definitely something to note is the turnovers that Smith has this season. I mean, or just fouls committed, just some of those plays that are easily avoidable that, you know, he makes that Owen Sight wouldn't make. So that's just growing pains. Something you got to look out for here. We look at Randy Flint. He was played a big key role there in that blue and gold tournament. Big defensive presence. He can step up and score when he needs to. But, you know, these looking to Webb City, a guy they're going to have to look out for is Austin Esley. Excuse me. Not him. But, yeah, I mean, we're looking in warm-ups, and this kid was doing, like, tomahawks off of lobs. I mean, just insane athleticism for someone in high school.
Exactly. He definitely seems like, just looking off at and warm-ups and everything, he'll be their main focal point on offense. You know, we talked about that crazy athleticism. But another guy Nixa might have to watch out for is Hudson Matheson. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But he's listed at 6'7". You know, definitely a very big guy. We watch him in warm-ups. He does like to shoot it from through. We saw that from the Lee Summit big man. You know, very tall, but was able to get into that pick and pop. And three so far have given Nixa Eagles some trouble. We saw it also in the Hartville game. You know, that's what kind of kept him in it early. This got him out to a lead as well. Nixa just needs to get into those shooters a lot more. They got to respect his three-point game.
And something about Nixa's game that they've been missing is that three ball. They only had 2 last games fall against Hartville, and that was both from Randy Flint. And I said, like, I want to see him shoot more threes, but she's knocking them down. But just the team as a whole, I think they got to put more up and, you know, start hitting them in those big moments. Whenever you're wide open and they're giving it to you, you got to capitalize on those opportunities.
And that's definitely feeling the absence of Owen Sights. You know, that dude just can, when he gets hot, he's hot. We saw him in the Lee Summit game as well, just, you know, hitting those crazy step-back threes. Such a great player just off the ball and with the ball in his hands. And, you know, someone's going to have to step up and be that three-point shooter. Like you said, Randy Flint hit those 2 threes.
Ty Kellis can knock him down.
Ty Kellis can knock him down. You know, we're just going to need one more person to just be able to, like Braylon Smith, you see him hit a couple threes. He was a little, you know, cold that last game. But definitely going to have to start expanding their offensive game to, you know, three-pointers, because you can't just exclusively.
You can't rely on Adam McKnight to get you every point, which is what I mean. It's been working. He's averaging around 27 a game. He just hit 1,000 points recently. Congratulations to him. But you know,
you can't let your offense go one-dimensional.
You can't let it go one-dimensional. Got to keep it around. Got to get those subs in. Make sure you guys aren't getting tired. And you know, you just all around got to run because we know Nixa likes to run that motion. How that motion works is by running it around a bunch and getting your guys open. And when those opportunities come, you got to be able to knock them down. We are just moments away from tip-off here at Eagles Fieldhouse in Nixa, Missouri. It's the Webb City Cardinals taking on the Nixa Eagles. We'll be live for the tip-off in just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nixa High School. The varsity contest against the Webb City Cardinals and your Nixa Eagles. Let me all do it, the always pay homage to the greatest flag on earth. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are not standing, please stand. Gentlemen, the new cover, as the national anthem is played by the Nixa Crimson Corps. You live in the land of the brave gods, and you're the home of the brave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we have a special announcement. Adam McKnight scored his 1,000 points in the Blue and Gold semifinals versus the Nancy Pirates. He is now the 27th player in history to reach this milestone and one of the very few to score his 1,000 points in his junior season. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on this great accomplishment. No Missouri game can get that any better. If you notice, he is with Chase Allen. And Chase Allen scored his 1,000 points. That's Adam McKnight. Congratulations, Adam. Great day, great kid. So proud of you and so proud of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for the Webb City Cardinals. He's a 6'2" junior guard. He wears number 0, Carson Anderson. He's a 6'1" senior guard. Number 2, Trey Turner. He's a 6' sophomore guard. Where's number 14? It's Jackson House. He's a 6'7" senior forward. Number 24, Hudson Anderson. And he's a 6'3" junior guard. Number 25, Mason Young. Webb City Cardinals are head coach by Jason Horn.
Down like a hole. crook. Pluto, get you cooked. Little demon in the go raiding at the you moving wrong, we cut slime, we sharing. My twin is only us. We go platinum, go budget. Hey, say gang, put a yacht on the coast, yeah. Put a yacht on the coast, yeah. Got Coach Canoja.
Let's name the starters for your Nixa Eagles. He's a 6'1" senior. Number 2, Webb. He's a 5'9" sophomore. Number 4, Brazeal Smith. He's a 6'4" senior. Number 12, Webb. He's a 6'3" senior. Number 13, Kellis. And he's a 6'4" junior. Number 21, McKnight. He was head coach by Brock Manson. He's assisted by Andrew Boyce, Paul Boyce, Lincoln Boyce. Tonight's officials, Tony Hill, Trey McDaniel, and Brandon Boyle.
There are your starters for tonight for the Nixa Eagles and the Webb City Cardinals. Colt McCoy to tip off for the Eagles, and he will win to Ty Kellis, and here we go. Swinging it around, fed inside to McCoy. Say McKnight stepped out of bounds. That'll be a quick turnover for the Eagles.
And turnovers are something we didn't see a lot of in that blue and gold tournament, which is what attributed them to so much success. You know, I believe in the second game, they had like 2 turnovers in total. You know, so far the Eagles have done a great job of working the ball around all season.
To the corner, ball fake, kicked back out. And inside now, working on Kellis. Outside Trey Turner, that's who I was talking about pregame, insane athleticism. Is number 2, not number 3. That's who the Eagles are going to watch at. He's done ISO on Flint. Pull-up jumper is good for Trey Turner. He sinks his first jumper of the game.
And it looks like Webb City's going to run a lot of people just on one side, try to clear out that area so Trey Turner can go to work.
Here's Smith filling in for Seitz for the second game in a row. Tried to fit it to McKnight. He's able to. And a foul called on their big man, Hudson Matheson.
And Webb City going to come out in a wide 2-3. You know, they can kind of negate what's been so great for the Eagles when they just cut baselines, but they'd be wide open. But having people kind of rotate it out to those corners will definitely negate that a little bit.
Kellis, quick 3, can't hit. Smith tries one, and it's tipped by Trey Turner. So 2 3-pointers not able to fall for the Eagles early. And that's they're putting them up, but just got to be able to knock them down.
Exactly. That's a shot they're definitely going to want to get going, especially with them in a zone. It's going to be harder for them to get the ball inside. If they can get that 3-pointer going, it might force them to open up this zone.
Kellis trapped in the corner, tried to get it off, and it's a turnover right to Trey Turner. Turner brings it out, swings to short corner. It's Carson Anderson who tries to dump it off for his man inside, but will be stolen by Nixa. Now McKnight driving inside, looking for a foul, can't get it. Gets his own rebound though, and puts it back up for 2.
And that right there is exactly what Nixa's done all year, just played in transition. You know, a lot of teams, you'll see them kind of slow it down after getting a steal, but not Nixa. They'll just push this ball. They'll push the ball so they don't let the defense get back and recover.
Inside, good cut, and it's in for Carson Anderson. Pass from Jackson Adams, the sophomore. A couple of sophomores here on the floor right now.
And so far, Webb City kind of extending their 2-3 past the half-court line. They're going to try to get some pressure on the Nixa ball carriers.
And we know Nixa plays that against zone. I mean, it's been all year seemingly they've played against the zone, so they're used to it. They know what they're looking for. McCoy is definitely a big part of that against that zone. He can get it to fall. McKnight misses as well and gets the and one on the putback.
Even with that, the 6'7" Matheson down low, they're still able to dominate those rebounds. You saw 3 chances at a score they finally were able to convert. But I feel like so far, even with some size mismatches, they've done a great job of just handling them down low. We saw in that Branson game, a very big team. But McKnight did not back down. I believe he had 30 that game. That was his 1,000-point game. He just is not afraid to put his shoulder into somebody and make you feel it.
That was Matheson's second foul. McKnight cannot hit the free throw to convert the 3-point play.
And if you're Nixa, you're going to want to keep attacking that. We saw it in the Lee Summit game. They got their big man in foul trouble early, and I mean that's what allowed them to go on such a big comeback. Without that big guy down low, Colt McCoy and Adam just went to work down low.
Kellis sinks the mid-range jumper, and a timeout will be called by the Webb City Cardinals, just nearing 3 minutes into this game.
And so far, started off a little sloppy throwing turnovers, but I feel like they cleaned it up. They started to assert their presence down low. And if they can get that 3-ball going, we saw 2 misses early, but if they can get that going, might have to force Webb City to respect it a little more and move out of that 2-3.
Webb City without a rebound so far into this game, so it's definitely something they're going to have to, try to beat Nixa at. We know Nixa is great at rebounding the basketball, had well over 35 last game, and that's something that they're going to have to challenge Nixa without one right now.
And that's been their strong suit all season, getting those second, third, and fourth chance points. If you're a team, you cannot let Nixa start just winning that board battle, because that's every single game they've won this season, they've dominated the rebound. And you'll see, like Randy Flint, Braylon, not the biggest guys, but they'll just run in there and put their body on the line to go get a rebound just so they can get another shot.
Kellis misses the 3. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc so far this game. Trey Turner can't get it to fall on the attempt at the rim. Smith was defending. Lots of contact there, no foul call.
And Nixa low cold from that 3-point range. Start off again. It's kind of what gave Nixa some trouble against Hartville. Coming into that game, a much smaller team, they were able to. It came down to the difference in 3-pointers. They were able to come away with it with the, the presence of Adam.
Low instead through the contact, can't get it to fall. McKnight gets the offensive rebound, but can't finish at the rim either. Nixa basketball. I believe a Webb City turnover. It's the 3rd of the game. Smith was looking for Kellis, stolen away by Webb City. Kicked out, stopped, pop. Colin Johnson steps into the 3-pointer.
And right there, that's kind of the factor of those growing pains. Such a young, great player, but occasionally he'll make those just little mistakes.
McKnight, tough shot there, fading away from around the 3-point line, is able to knock it down, and we've seen him hit it all year.
Exactly. We say tough shot, but that is his bread and butter right there. You got that 1,000-point off that fadeaway. He'll just see him have the confidence. He'll be almost completely almost vertical to the ground, and he'll just pull it and he'll somehow drop in. And you'll see Logan Preston come into the game with the 3-pointers not falling. With the absence of Owen Seitz, Logan Preston's probably your best 3-point option off that bench. They might hopefully get that going.
Driving inside on McKnight, just can't get it to fall, and it will be brought down by McKnight as well. That shot was from number 14, Jackson Adams. Flint to a wide open Kellis in the short corner, and he will knock down that 2-point jumper.
I feel like that's just something Ty Kellis has excelled at. Finding those open pockets. We've seen him a lot do those back cuts, those baseline drives. He's just done a great job this season of finding the open, where someone can get on the ball.
there. Grayson Smith open from 3, just gets an unlucky bounce there, in and out.
To the floor for the Cardinals, number 4, Slade Hurd.
Slade Hurd comes into the game. Remember him from football season. He played running back for them a little bit. That was a close game against Nixa, 28-20. Nixa came out on top. See what he does here on the basketball floor.
And Nixa on the press break, they're running a 2-1-2. They're going to have 2 guards on the up front, and they're going to have someone in the middle so they can just break this press super easily. And so far, they've done a great job.
Preston lets one fly, just can't get it to fall, but Kellis cleans it up under the basket.
Just such a close shot. You're already seeing the impact of Logan Preston. I mean, that shot just so close, unlucky, but with everyone kind of respecting that 3-point shot, it left Ty Kellis wide open backside.
Trey Turner thought he had his man. It's still by the Eagles. McKnight can't get the runner to go. And it'll be back in the hands of Trey Turner to slow it down. 2 minutes left in the first. The Eagles lead by 3.
And Nixa kind of running a little bit of a zone.
I think it fully is a zone now. At this point, 3-pointer knocked down from Grayson Smith. Kind of had the other one stolen from him by the rim. Went in and out here. He hits that one. But yeah, they're just running that zone, and they're doing a great job penetrating the middle and then swinging it back out. McKnight leaves it for Kellis. Kellis doesn't try to shoot that one backwards. Gets blocked by Trey Turner, but Kellis will get his own rebound.
And another rebound for the
Eagles. McKnight fading away, can't fall. And eventually, it's brought down by Webb City.
Now, right there, you're just going to need to convert on those chances. Now, you get 3 more chances to get a bucket, and you just can't really finish around the rim.
Second team foul for the Eagles.
Smith guarded by Flint here near the big court. Flint all in his grill, and eventually it gets the steal now, going into the lane with the left hand off the glass. Randy Flint with the chance for a 3-point play.
And right there, that press working to perfection. We've seen it all year. That it's what's allowed us to get up in games. And right there, I mean, Randy just...
That is Mason Young's second foul of the game for the Webb City Cardinals. Colt McCoy comes back into the game, so some more size down there for Nixa. Here's another look at Randy's finish. Going up and into the defender. Flint did that very well there. Kellis tries to save it, and he will. With a rebound, put up. They'll say it's on the ground. Colt McCoy's basket won't count, but still, good save from Kellis.
I mean, just great hustle. You saw them, they had the rebound, but he just kind of hit it out. And it's just those hustle plays that Nixa has all season, just diving for loose balls right there, jumping out of bounds. It's giving them those extra possessions and allowing them to just run it up on the scoreboard.
Eagles are in the bonus, so Colt McCoy will head to the free throw line. First one goes around and in. These big men have definitely improved from the free throw line. McCoy shooting 65%, McKnight hanging around 54, but definitely better than it was.
Exactly. The coach is definitely making a focal point in their practices every single day. With them struggling in the beginning, but Colt McCoy, since blue and gold, has just been playing shooting a lot better from that line.
McKnight as well in the blue and gold a lot better. McCoy gets the steal here, and it's almost flipped over to Preston, but just can't get it through the traffic. Eagles are pressing near full court, and it leads to a foul. I think it would be on Ty Kellis.
Just sped it up a little.
Now they give it to McKnight.
Sped it up a little bit too much right there. You had Logan Preston, and then impressive athleticism from Trey Turner. Just was able to jump up there and grab that.
That first play of the game, Trey Turner took it in and got an easy mid-range bucket. And kind of shied away from that. We'll see what they do here. 50 seconds left. He has shot the ball once since then. Star players, McKnight has shot 6 times. Trey Turner only 2. Here's another 3, and it's pure from Grayson Smith. Same spot in the near corner, and gets that one to fall.
But when everyone else on your team is just shooting it so well from three-pointer, you almost don't need someone like Trey Turner to just run ISO all game. but also credit to Nixa. I was watching Logan Preston's head that last game. He was, or excuse me, not last game, last possession. He just kept his eyes on Trey the whole time. They're clearly making a focal point on their defense.
And near the end of the first, 14 seconds left. Eagles trying to run it out and get the last shot here. Applying pressure now. Smith wanted to kick to the corner and just airmails everyone there. Said the turnovers from him can add up, and there gets another one.
You know, like we said, just maybe a little bit of nervous mistake, a little bit of miscommunication. He might have thought he was going to stick there, but Tycho clearly thought he had an open lane to the basket.
8.8 on the clock. Bringing it down is Jackson Adams. Over to Trey Turner. Pulls up for three. Can't get it to fall. Flint gets the rebound. Tries a full court shot. It's on the mark and just misses for Flint. And that's how the first quarter of action will end. The Nixa Eagles lead the Webb City Cardinals by 1, 16-15. Second quarter coming up in just a moment. We'll be back.
This is Mr. Callahan. He doesn't talk much on TV,
Nope.
but he does love helping people,
Yes, I do.
and he's really good at it. He has daily training with his team to make sure your system is running at its best.
Always.
And if you have questions about your HVAC system, he'll come to your house. No problem.
Anytime.
Callahan Heating and Cooling. Whew, I'm out of breath.
I'm doing great.
Join our Callahan Care Club. Call today. Callahan Heating and Cooling.
You know, the Eagles in that first quarter, I feel like they did a great job of dominating those boards. They got, I believe it's 10-3. Yeah, 10-3 right now. You know, if they can just convert on those rebounds, you'll see them, you know, get 3-4 rebounds on a possession, but they just can't convert. And I think if they can start, you know, hitting a couple more of those layups, they can put some distance in the scoreboard.
Eagles working it around the arc now. Flint with Trey Turner all over him. They're trying to get around this zone, and it's doing great things right now for the Cardinals. Can't seem to get anything inside, and they get a turnover now. Trey Turner gets the steal. Working now for the Cardinals. Kicks to the corner. Fadeaway jumper. Adams thought he got fouled, but will not get the call.
But with this defense, you know, Nick's has seen a lot of zone, but not one that's as spread out as this one. We'll see them kind of run a compact 2-3 to try to pack in that inside. But with Webb City, you know, spacing everybody out, it's making it a lot harder to get that entry pass. It just feels like there's someone in every single passing lane.
Moving inside was the Cardinals, number 25, Mason Young. But it'll be a blocking foul. Eagles fans want it.
It's a charge.
Oh, I thought one of them made the block.
Yeah,
signal.
The ref kind of pointed to the one on the sideline. I don't think either of them really had a definitive answer.
I mean, looked like he was still moving in that replay, though. Either way, foul is on Mason Young. That's his third, so that'll more than likely send him to the sideline for the remainder of this first half. Flint splitting defenders up and under, just can't get it to fall. Oh, what a shot that would have been. It's Trey Turner on the other end. Into the corner, thought about the three-pointer, keeps it loaded, and they'll get a reach foul called, and we'll see who it's on. It's either on Flint or McCoy.
You know, Nixa so far just not been able to convert those layups. You know, you'll see them under the basket. They just kind of, you know, put it up a little bit too hard. And right there, you know, it's a tough shot to make, but that's one that he can definitely hit.
Quick inbounds is good for Matheson. You know, I mean, that is a tough layup for Flint. You know, you can't make all of those, but definitely the easy ones you expect them to make. Flint there got picked up his first foul. A guy that has been getting into foul trouble. We know he's aggressive on defense, and that just comes with doing that. Liddell gets his 3 tipped, but offensive rebound from Ty Kellis.
And if you're Webb City, you're going to have to figure out a way to get a defensive rebound. You know, right there, impressive athleticism from Trey Turner. I believe his second 3-point block of the night. But just no one's down there for that rebound, and it's allowing Nixa to just keep getting chances at a bucket.
Turner scooped it in for 2 on the other end for the Cardinals. Liddell near midcourt gives it over for Kellis. Kellis far wing. McKnight is at the scores table. Kellis back to that spot and hits the side of the backboard on an awkward shot. Just a second miss. That's a 2, and McCoy rises up to send that one out of bounds.
I feel like Nixa is definitely missing that presence of Adam McKnight. He's coming back in the game. But, you know, credit to them. Watching their defense, whenever it rotates to that corner, they clearly watch film. That's mostly when they like to get that ball. It's a better pass angle, but they have someone just sitting on that free throw line, and it's not allowing Nixa to be able to get that free throw line pass.
Backcourt on Jackson Adams. They tried to get him the ball up here near midcourt, but he caught it right before the half-court line.
But as I was saying, you know, once Nixa gets that ball inside, that's when their offense is at its best. Because that allows everyone kind of focuses in on that inside, and it allows the shooters to kind of get around and get to passing or open lanes.
McCoy can't finish the alley-oop from Randy Flint, steps into it. Matheson nails the 3-pointer, and that's going to force a timeout out of Coach Blanton. That's Hudson Matheson's 5th point of the game, and Webb City will take a 4-point lead. Just a 30-second timeout from Coach Blanton.
And that's something we talked about in the pregame, watching him warm up. He liked I don't know, 8 years in basketball, a lot of times you'll see a big man that just has that jumper, and that's so deadly to be able to run that pick and pop, maybe a flare, and you're going to have to adjust to that.
For sure. Both teams still have 4 timeouts left in this game. 5:07 left in the second, and Webb City outscoring the Eagles 7-2 here in this second quarter. They've definitely been the more dominant team here inside and outside, especially on the glass.
You know, I feel like Nick's going to have to figure out a way to get that ball inside more. You know, we talked about it with that free throw line, just getting that ball to the high post. But Webb City has not allowed that all game, and they're going to have to figure out a way to adjust.
Some quick passing here from Nixa, trying to get that defense shifting. Slows it back down the hands of Liddell. McKnight out on the 3-point line. Takes it inside, almost stripped away, fades away from 15, just rims out. And it's rebounded by Webb City.
And that right there, what you're talking about with the quick passes, can be a way to open up the zone a little bit to get an entry pass. But just working that ball around will definitely open up the zone a little bit, because so far they just kind of, one person will try to drive in and make something happen, and it'll end in either a missed layup or just a turnover.
McCoy misses the open rebound, and timeout will be called by Webb City after hitting the deck. That was number 0, Carson Anderson, able to get on that. McCoy 0 for 4 from inside the arc so far tonight. They're definitely going to need him to pick that up. He's missed every shot except for his 2 free throws that he's hit. Full timeout called by Webb City, so we'll step aside for 60 seconds. We'll be back in just a moment. from the timeout called by Coach Jason Horn of the Webb City Cardinals, the Eagles will come out in a full court press. Matheson breaks it, kicks to the corner. It's Grayson Smith back to Trey Turner.
And that press has just not been as effective as it normally has been all season. You know, that's kind of been the thing that's gotten them out, gotten them going, and getting that momentum. We talked about earlier this year how they'd love to play off that momentum.
You know, it just seems that Webb City has the speed to match the kind of speed that Nixa usually likes to bring the press. A lot of times they'll bring in Ajayi for that defensive presence. Also on the press, he's not in the game. So just not the right personnel group, I would say, in the game right now. That was a putback for Holden Johnson. He is 100% from the field so far this game.
You're exactly right about Matthew Ajayi. I mean, maybe getting someone like him in the game with those long arms, throwing him and
Flint at the top.
Exactly.
What they did against, I'm blanking, Hartville. Liddell deep three, blocked once again by Trey Turner. That's the second time he's blocked Liddell from downtown.
But exactly, you know, Nixon's used to being the more athletic and fast team, but Webb City's been able to keep up with them, just like you said, and it's definitely attributed to them to not being able to get as many turnovers.
Matheson guarded by McCoy. Back to the basket, out for Hurd. Hurd way behind the line. Can't get it to fall.
And that's been their shot all game. You know, right there, just the confidence to be able to pull that. They definitely have a lot of three-point shooters, and that's what's giving Nixon some trouble.
Flint, nice floater inside the paint there. Make it a 4-point lead for Webb City. Trey Turner coming across the middle, breaks the press, stutter step inside, fades away, and is short on the pull-up mid-range.
And look at the scores table. Matthew Ajayi coming in might have spoken into existence. But just having that presence of those long arms and that mixed with that fast reaction time, much like Randy Flint, having both of them up there is definitely a dangerous duo.
I mean, both these teams just trading fast break misses now. 3 in a row from both of these teams on fast breaks.
And that's what's hurt Nixa all game, those just missed open layups, a lot of missed opportunities.
And hurting Webb City as well, I'd say.
It's what's led to kind of a lower scoring game.
Good move from Flint, can't get it to hit though.
And just right there again, missed opportunities.
Both of these teams shooting 40% from inside the arc, but Nixa 30% from the field, Webb City 50%. It's really what the difference has been so far. Lucky Nixa's only in a 4-point game. Good stutter step, and Trey Turner gets the finish. Official calls his own time. Kellis needs to tie his shoe. Ajayi will come to the game.
And you're exactly right. The Nixa, like we said, they're getting a lot of opportunities, just can't convert. 30% from the field is definitely not a number you want to see. And they've come out a little bit cold this game.
And that big number, 0 for 8 from 3.
And that's just something you can't really have. It's a lot, you know, they become completely one-dimensional, and Webb City's shutting them down. And what's often saved
McKnight can't hit the jumper, wanting a foul there.
And what's often saved the Eagles is that press working. You know, when their 3-points start knocking down, those force some turnovers and get a lot of fast break layups. But with Webb City being able to match that speed, that physicality, it's made them a little bit stagnant and it shut them down completely.
We said Ajayi heading in for Nixa, trying to make a difference here. Flint will be the trigger man. 1:04 left in the first half. Ajayi will get the ball near the top of the key. Swings it over for Kellis in the corner. Trying to trap every corner with as much pressure as possible as Webb City. Ajayi pump fakes and draws a foul on Carson Anderson, his first foul of the game. You know, if you're Nixa, you can't have an easy possession. Webb City will definitely try to hold that ball if you don't score here. So got to get something to fall.
Exactly right. And we see Matthew Ajayi kind of wide open in that corner. They're clearly not afraid to let Nixa let the 3-ball fly.
McKnight working inside to the contact and finishes for an and one. That's exactly what they needed there. McKnight tied for the lead score with 8, sharing it with Ty Kellis.
You're exactly right. That's exactly what they needed. He's their energizer. They play off of him. You know, when he starts getting hyped, the rest of the team does.
You know, we were saying that against Lee Summit. He's the energizer. All of a sudden, we come out at halftime, and he's full of energy. and that's really what led to the team's comeback that game. Ultimately lost, but still. There, McKnight spins right into the defender, but it will be a foul on Webb City.
You know, another key contributor to getting that momentum is the crowd. You know, we saw them a little bit dormant in that Lee Summit game, but once McKnight started getting going, so did the crowd, and that really fuels the Eagles.
Yeah, crowd definitely needs to get in this game. Dirty Birds are in attendance, along with the rest of the Nixa fan base. McKnight yet to hit a free throw tonight. 0 for 3.
And you'll see McKnight's going to come out this game. Now,
the end of this half. Just 46.8 left in. Braylon Smith will come in. McKnight hits his first free throw tonight. But you know, Webb City probably going to try to hold for this final shot to see how Nixa plays this, if they're going to try to go for the steal or not. We know Flint likes to be aggressive, has 1 foul. Trey Turner stands near midcourt.
And Nixa shifting out of that zone, you know, with McKnight coming out, they clearly like their matchups. A lot of just good defenders.
Kellis all over his man, Jackson Adams. He'll get it back and loses it. Sails out of bounds, and Nixa will get another possession here with 19.5 left. Webb City's 8th turnover already in the first half.
And exactly, although Nixa's forcing a lot of turnovers, they haven't been able to convert off of them if you've seen them do so well this season. And, you know, that's definitely been a key contributor to their offense kind of being stagnant.
McKnight back in the game. McCoy splits the double team, kicks to the corner. Kellis, bullseye from three-point land. Hits the first 3 for Nixa tonight. Inbounded to Trey Turner. He gets trapped and foul called right as the buzzer sounded. We'll see if anyone had eyes on the clock to know how much time is left.
Foul's called on Eagles, number 4.
Foul's on Braylon Smith.
His first personal foul.
See if they put time left on the clock. No, they will end the half there. So Nixa able to tie it back up, scoring 6 straight to meet Webb City at 26-26. Low scoring game here in the first half, very defensive. Like we said, both teams not shoot, or Webb City has been shooting decent from the field. Nixa sitting at 33. They'll try to get that up here when we enter the second half. Halftime interviews coming in with Coach Blansett and Coach Horn of Webb City in just a moment with our sideline reporter DK Nelson. But until then, we'll see you guys in just a moment.
I'm here with Coach Blansett of the Nixa Eagles. Coach, one of the last-second shots to tie the game up at halftime, how big was that?
Well, it's big. We're very fortunate it's tied. We did not play very well. Their zones kind of got us standing around a little bit. We got a few stops late there and finally made a couple of shots, so we'll see.
Yeah, and like you said, at the very end of that half, you guys kind of picked up the momentum. How are you looking to carry that into the second half?
Well, we got to have a little bit more energy on both ends of the floor. Right now, we're just standing around kind of at both ends, so it's something we're going to have to do a little bit better job second half.
Okay, Coach, thank you, and good luck in the second half. Stay tuned. It'll be a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor. Tonight's varsity game, the 26 high school games team. Maxwell Nancy. This is the future of our program. We got the Davidson team in red and the team in gray. Let's get after it, fellas.
Bird said I'm running this second half. You can do this if you want to do this for the little kids game. Dude, the voice of that service. The PA announcer. You not hear him?
I hear everything.
What?
I hear everything to the point where I can't hear him. It's not bad because my back and hamstrings are starting to get sore. It's worse to just stand here than it is to move around.
I think you're just gonna yell out numbers for the draft. It's pretty easy.
I did everything else. Say it again.
In seconds, gentlemen. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bucket's good. Thank you, guys. Wow. Yes, brilliant. It's on the 2 and that's our future. Give our hand and beautiful. That is the future of our program.
What are you doing?
Players that score, I just zoom in on them.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like, what do you think?
Where said I'm just gonna go to the watch?
Alright, sounds good. Is that beef boss? Look who I found. Yeah, new crowd shots with one. Look who I found. Look who I
Hustle with 24. Hudson Matheson, his third personal foul, 17th foul. Shoot 2 free throws over 5. Back and forth with Cardinals, they are all holding Johnson.
And we're already seeing an immediate impact from Ajayi. You saw, knocking down those free throws, but also that rebound. It's not an easy rebound because he uses his long arm so well. You saw Webb City flying in there, just such a great rebound, and having the confidence just take that shot.
Cardinals on the other end now. They've let up 4 straight to Nixa in the second half. Matheson can't hit the 3, but they get the offensive rebound in Trey Turner.
And Nixa coming out in that 2-3 zone, that's what gave them trouble on that on the offensive side with Webb City. Maybe try to reciprocate that.
Turner has 6 points tonight. They try to lob his way, and it's stolen away by McKnight. Webb City's 9th turnover, and McKnight will bring it down as well. Quick pass to the corner. It's Kellis driving baseline, skips to Flint, steps into the 3, just off the back iron. But McCoy there hustles for the rebound, but they call a travel. I don't know if he had full possession there before gathering. Just a little stutter step, though.
I agree. I don't think he had full possession, but it can go either way. But I felt like the Eagles so far have done a better job of working that ball around. They were getting trapped in that corner because they kind of try to slow it down and look. But with them just kind of firing that ball around, they're not able to get as much pressure on them.
Turner immediately feeds inside for his man. He can't get it to fall, and McCoy with another rebound. He isn't hitting a lot tonight, but man, is he doing a lot inside on the boards.
Points aren't everything in a basketball game. There's other ways you can contribute, and so far he's done a great job of doing that.
Flint tries to hook it in with the left hand, and it's rebounded by Adams. Flint goes for the steal, and we'll get a foul called on him. Oohs and ahs coming from the crowd. I don't know if they were wanting that foul there. That's Flint's second foul of the game. They want to stay away from those.
No, yeah, we saw it in the Hartville game. He's just he likes to gamble a lot, which can cause him to get into foul trouble.
Three-pointer is good from Grayson Smith. He has 9 points, all from three-point lane. He's 3 for 5 so far tonight.
And that's where the majority of their scoring has been. And that's something that gets given Nixa trouble all year. We saw in the Hartville, these Summit games. They just have some trouble getting into those shooters.
Kicked over from Ajayi. McKnight gets a foul drawn on him. A thing I'm seeing from Webb City, they don't shave that baseline, and it's allowing Nixa to get a lot of open shots. We just haven't been able to knock a lot of them down, but eventually, if Nixa starts hitting these, then it's going to be costly for them.
And playing with Ajayi for so long and talking to him, something he constantly talks about how he doesn't really work on his dribble moves, he works on just rip moves. And that can be very beneficial with him in that corner. He's practiced it so much, he's just so fast with that ball in his hands, and it completely allows that defense to collapse.
Travel called on Adam McKnight. Coach Brock Lanta arguing that his foot on the ground. Be another Nixa turnover. Both these teams both sitting around 8. Nixa with 13 more rebounds than Webb City. They've been a lot more active on the glass. A lot of those coming just from offensive rebounds, though. I'd say defensive rebounding is pretty similar.
And something that attributed to that, getting those rebounds, just not being able to convert.
Eagles almost trapping everything. Breaks through the double team, puts up the floater, but it won't fall for Jackson Adams, and it's going to go Nix's way. Jackson Adams 0 for 4 from the field tonight.
It's not a lot of great shooting from both sides. Both teams, Webb City shooting 46%, 31 for Nixa. That's not numbers you want to see if you're, that just causes you to go cold. And what's led to such a low-scoring game. I mean, we've seen Nixa go off for 25 in quarters, but only 30 so far.
McKnight picks it up, cross court, one more to Kellis. Far corner, and it's good. Ty Kellis knocks down the three from behind the arc. Second of the game, up to 14 now is Kellis. Trey Turner, change of pace, kicks it right out for Grayson Smith. Flint coming to try to get a steal. But Grayson Smith will be able to keep his dribble.
And that's something that they were missing in that first half. We saw him hit one at the end of the game, at the end of the half. And, with them becoming so one-dimensional when they're not hitting those three-pointers, it can definitely hurt them in the defense that Webb City's playing.
Wow, I mean, Flint barely misses that tough shot, but McKnight is able to get the putback. High arcing three, can't fall for Grayson Smith. And it's rebounded by the Eagles. Flint facing a double team, breaks through it, stop and go. Once McCoy, but throws it right to Turner. They can't get the steal, and McKnight puts it back for the and one.
Something I feel like happens a lot. Whenever they hit a three, it just feels like the momentum kind of swings over their side. We saw it at the end. Once Ty Kellis hit that big three, got the crowd going. They started to play a little bit more physical. They forced a turnover to end the half. And with that play from McKnight, you saw him just get so hyped, gets the crowd going, gets everyone going.
We said about midway through the second quarter, the Cardinals are outscoring the Eagles 7-2. They got that to 11-10, and now they're outscoring the Cardinals 12-3 after that McKnight free throw in the third. And we are just 5 minutes in.
And that's something we've seen a lot from the Eagles. Their third quarter is their quarter. They'll just, they'll keep it close a little bit at halftime, and coming out of that break, they'll just start off hot.
Inside, blocking foul called on Colt McCoy. His second foul of the game. Driving in was Mason Young.
If you're McCoy, I don't know what much more you can do.
Just kind of in a tough spot there. Wrong place, wrong time. Inbound to a wide open man who's going to finish for the and one. Rylan Houston, the 6'5" sophomore. Just no one picked him up there.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a miscommunication. You saw Mason Young getting a steal there, and everyone kind of collapsed around him, but just forgot about Rylan Houston.
Houston will hit the free throw for Webb City. Makes it a 6-point game here in the third. Ajayi past the timeline, flips it back over for Flint. Webb City still sitting in the zone. McKnight tries a three-pointer, too strong. Fighting down low for the rebound, and it's eventually pulled in by Webb City. McKnight, a little bit tangled up here. I mean, I'm hearing him from right where we're sitting. He's very confused with that call. Trying to lead this Webb City team. We talked about him pregame. He has 6 points. Second leading scorer, and off-ball foul called on Randy Flint. That's his third. He's starting to enter a little bit of foul trouble now.
With Webb City shooting the ball from three-point range so well so far, they really haven't needed Trey Turner as much as normal.
Mason Young down low for the 2-point bucket. He is also playing the 3 fouls along with Flint. Flint guarded by Grayson Smith. Turner bringing the double team. McCoy in the corner. Just dropped below 2 minutes. Kellis, double team, picks up for Ajayi. Nixa looking for their best shot here. Coming off a tournament that used that shot clock. It's definitely different. Randy Flint nails the three. He gets his first of the night to go. And that'll force a timeout out of Coach Brock Blancett. I want to talk it over with his team after that Flint three-pointer. I mean, I said he was looking more comfortable from beyond the arc in the tournament. He was 2 for 2 against Hartville, and here finally gets his first one to drop.
And not just such a great shot from Randy Flint, but also a great pass. We've seen a lot how Trey Turner will just kind of gamble on a lot of things, trying to get that big play steal. But just a pass that can go a long way, and Matt Majai with just that one-hand sling over to Flint.
So both these teams up to 3 timeouts after the timeout called by Coach Brock Lancet. This timeout is brought to you by Elite HVAC 417, providing the Ozarks with honest, dependable heating and cooling service. From seasonal tune-ups to full system installs, Elite HVAC 417 keeps your home running efficiently and comfortably all year long. When your comfort's on the line, trust the Elite team. So the Eagles, after the 3, take a 7-point lead with 1:33 left in the third. Like we mentioned, it's been a very low scoring in this game for Nixa. So far, I think them dominating the rebounds has really been the game changer here.
Just such a crazy difference, 27-13. I mean, we talked about in pregame how they love to dominate those boards. They're very physical on the inside, but they've taken that to a whole new level.
That 10-0 run starting at the end of the second, going into the third, we put them up 4 then, and they've just done so much with that. Kellis jumps in the air, and he looked like he was going for a shot fake, and then just bats it down while he's coming down. I mean, very athletic play from Ty Kellis.
I mean, just read that perfectly. I mean, I don't know if he was expecting him to throw it, but it's such a great athletic play from Ty Kellis.
Kicked out. Turner, one more. Far corner three-pointer is no good. Tied up under the rim on the rebound. And we'll see what they call. They're calling a jump ball here.
And to the floor for the Cardinals, number 4, Slade Hurd.
Slade Hurd returns to the game. Jackson Adams still yet to hit a shot, 0 for 5 now. After that three-pointer. Trey Turner to pass it in for Webb City, coming off the screen and hits the man coming off, but it's blocked by Flint and a foul called in the open court.
And looking at personnel for Nixa, a lot less subbing in the second half than the first. They clearly like what they have out there. A lot more size, a lot more. You saw them kind of go with that smaller guard, trying to see if that would work on the defensive side. And so far, switching to those bigger, longer guys, it's worked well defensively.
Kellis here at the free throw line. They are in the bonus. He hits the first one. I mean, talk back to that inbounds play, though. I mean, if Mason Young's able to finish that at the rim, I mean, that is a beautiful inbounds play. Coming off the screen, slipping after all eyes were on the man rolling to the corner. I mean, beautifully executed, just got to make the shot.
And I feel like that's happened a lot this game on both sides of the ball. You'll get a great look, just can't finish.
Grayson Smith too strong on the 3 there. He has shot only 3-pointers this game, and he's done so efficiently, but just can't make that one.
And the Eagles, at my time with the Eagles, talking to Coach Miller, he talked about how they'd rather turn you into a pull-up jump shooter than just let you get a set shot 3. And right there, we saw the Giants leaping. They would rather have them have a tough pull-up jump shot than an easy 3-pointer.
Perfect shot from McKnight there on the free throw. I didn't hear the net. Makes that one. He's cleaned up the free throw shooting, 3 for 6 now, 50% so far. Second one falls for him as well. Trey Turner bringing it down. I have
no idea what
he pointed to his leg like it was a kickball. I mean, I guess that's what the call will be. Webb City keeps the ball. Turner feeds it inside. That's a good look for Holden Johnson, but he can't get it to fall. And another rebound for Nixa. They're going to try to hold the ball now, I assume, here with 24 left on the clock. Nixa leads by 11, both teams in bonus. sitting at 4 and 5 fouls. Ajayi kicks to the corner. McCoy with 12 left on the clock. Back out for Flint. Under 10 now. Grayson Smith guarding Flint. Flint swings it across for Ajayi. Ajayi rips through, going inside, blocked, but right into the hands of McCoy, who just can't get it to fall at the buzzer. I mean, very unlucky night for McCoy. That one just didn't. I guess the basketball gods didn't want him to make that one. Barely rims out. Here's another look at it.
It's been a little unlucky tonight from.
Yeah, one more here at Eagles Fieldhouse in Nixa, Missouri. So we decide who will come out on top in this game. Nixa with an 11-point lead over Webb City so far. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'd like to show you why Wise Guys Screen Print is the wise choice for all your screen print and embroidery needs. Experienced printers, state-of-the-art equipment, ensure a perfect product every time. A fully staffed art department, and never a charge to help you with your logo and design. We're your go-tos for fundraising and corporate projects with hats, shirts, jackets, and polos. At Wise Guys Screen Print, we make t-shirt dreams come true.
You seem happy.
Mr. Callahan, I just love when we can give our customers peace of mind.
Me too.
It's all because of our limited lifetime warranty.
That's right.
Even if their unit was to fail, we will replace it with a brand new one.
Yes, we will.
Now that's peace of mind.
That's Callahan.
Find out more about our limited lifetime warranty and to join our Callahan Care Club. Call today, Callahan Heating and Cooling.
Fourth quarter underway here at Eagle Fieldhouse. Eagles will start with the ball. Ajayi hook passes to Flint. Ellis just handles, moving inside the left, and foul called. He's going to head to the free throw line to shoot two. That foul was on Holden Johnson.
That entry pass to that high post is something we haven't seen a lot of, and when they get it, their offense just runs so smoothly. They're able to get to the rim so just effectively. But that's definitely attributed to their three-pointer coming to life and people like Ty, Randy. Them having to space out that zone a little bit is going to allow them to get that entry pass.
Still, though, Nixa 3 for 14 from the three-point line. So definitely improving, but you'd like to see better numbers. However, 12 for 16 from the free throw is definitely very good for this Nixa team. Jackson Adams with the ball guarded by Kellis, and Webb City, a team that hung with Nixa this whole game, I felt like, just kind of crumbled there in that third quarter just for plays like that, just letting Nixa defenders get their hands on the ball.
And also, Nixa being able to finally knock down those second chance points, that's what they struggled with all that first half, not being able to convert on opportunities, and they've cleaned it up this half.
Travel called on Trey Turner. Their 12th turnover. They almost have more turnovers and rebounds. I'm sure I've missed a few, though, over here. I don't think the margin is that bad. Nixa with 31 rebounds, though. Definitely more accurate for what I'm keeping track of. Definitely just those offensive rebounds have been a main service of that. McCoy goes for the block, and I think they're going to call for a foul with his body.
He traveled right into the foul.
Flint wants a travel, talking to the official. The foul would be a McCoy. Fourth foul of the game. Cameron Miller will head to the scores team.
With McCoy in foul trouble, we're going to see them lean to Cameron Miller, a very tall, great defender. But you see Cole, great play on the ball, just can't jump into him. We've seen it a lot this year with teams being a little confused on what the foul call. Yeah, you can go straight up. If you're jumping into somebody, they're going to call it every time.
Both free throws made from Trey Turner. He's up to 8 points. Second leading scorer for Webb City. Ajayi crosses the timeline, gets the ball poked away from him, and a foul called going for the loose ball on Carson Anderson, and that will foul him out of this ball game.
you know, with Nixa playing with the lead now, you'll probably see them try to slow down possessions. When there was more of a closer game, they try to play fast, swing the ball on. You might see them trying to take their time, take longer on possessions, and just take what the defense gives them.
Yeah, Webb City shooting 5 for 13 from the line. They were very efficient in that first half from beyond the arc, shooting 50%. So definitely something you might want to stop if you're Nixa. Cameron Miller gets the 2-point bucket there, but definitely Nixa, you don't want them to start shooting those threes and hitting them down, because that's definitely how they come back into this game. Here they find Mason Young under the basket, kicks out for Matheson. Matheson barely misses the 3. And it's rebounded by Nixa, though, stolen away. Young going up and foul call on Flint. He does not agree with that call. I mean, not a lot of contact there.
I mean, I agree with him. You know, there's not much more he can do. He played the angle beautifully and was able to contest his shot. Unlucky call.
In there, yeah, straight up. So they might want to say it's with the body.
I don't know if there was enough contact there.
Yeah. Mason Young with the first free throw, it's good. I mean, Hudson Matheson is, listed as 6'7", but he has only shot 1 shot from inside the arc. And I think as a coach, you're 6'7" big man, you want him inside the paint, man.
But a big attribute to that is how Nix's played him. You know, that Colt McCoy's done a great job on him at McKnight. They're just great at playing against those bigger defenders because they front them so well.
Turner gambles on the steal. Nix's got a 5-on-4, and they are able to convert. Ty Kellis with the 2-point jumper. He's up to 20 so far. Matheson lets another 3 fly. It's too strong. And it's rebounded by the Nixa Eagles.
And that's something we talked about with, you know, Turner's gambling. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario.
McKnight going right into the contact, gets his own rebound after the missed shot and puts it back up for the bucket. That's another Eagle with 20. Flint gets the steal here. Kellis just plays it safe and gets the layup. I mean, 3 missed dunks there. And the blue and gold for the Eagles there. Kellis will just opt for the layup, but that will force a timeout out of Coach Horn and the Webb City Cardinals.
Exactly. I mean, the crowd wanted the dunk, the student section wanted it, but with those, you just got to take the opportunities that you have. You don't want to gamble in a game like this.
55-38, 5:22 left in the fourth. The Eagles trying to move to 9-1 on the year. They only lost to Lee Summit in overtime. And that would make Brock Lancet, the head coach, 87-12. 12 losses as a coach over how long he's been here. It's just insanity. But, I mean, if it keeps on going how it looks like it is right now, that might be the case for Nixa.
You know, he's just done such a great job since taking over. And I want to shout out his coaching today. You know, the bench's impact has done a great job. Cam coming in for the absence of Colt McCoy, you know, being a little cold tonight, being in foul trouble. And he came in and immediately got a bucket.
Webb City will have the ball out of their own timeout. In the game for them is Brady Holland, the sophomore. Ever since I said they're going to try to get back in the game with those 3-point shooting, we've seen 2 from Matheson. Here, he swings it inside, and Miller blocks it off the backboard, and they call a foul on Cameron Miller. I don't know if I agree with that.
It just seems like both of them made a good play on the ball. You know, Cam came in and got a clean block. I don't know. It is on Cam.
I mean,
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, late rotation definitely. So it's gonna be what a possible outcome off the late rotation. But I don't know if there's enough. Maybe get another look at it here. Barely misses the second free throw. His first miss from there of the night. Eagles now with a 16-point lead. They're going to try to play it safe here. Flint inside, right as I say it, there's a turnover right to Matheson. Coming the other way in transition is Grayson Smith for the layup. He's up to 11 so far, first player in double digits.
McKnight's just doing what he's done all season.
Right as you say that, way short on the three-pointer, although somehow gets his own rebound. I don't know how that bounced right back into his bread basket.
But Nixa just slowing it down here. They're going to try to take as much time off the clock as they can and just come away with a win.
I mean, I remember this Nixa team. They went to overtime with Ozark a couple of years ago. I can't remember what year. It was in the district championship. I remember them holding the ball for like 4 minutes straight in overtime. Oh, my goodness, what a finish from Christian Smith. I mean, falling down, but they held the ball for 4 minutes. So definitely something that Blancett teaches and he knows his guys can do. And then they ended up getting that final shot just to miss it, unfortunately. So they went into another overtime. But definitely something that this Nixa team does a lot. Here, Kellis inside. McKnight with the layup.
And McKnight with such great body control right there. You know, he was pretty much just under the basket, able to just control himself, jumping backwards and get the layup.
I mean, it looked like he was waiting for the contact. I mean, Webb City trying to pull the chair. There was none, but still is able to get it up and in. Brock Blancett will use a timeout after that bucket. So that will take a moment to step aside here. 57-43 game coming near our close here in Nixa, Missouri. Webb City with possession here, down by 14, trying to make a comeback with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Once again, you can look up NixaLive.net to get some live stats here, trying to keep them as accurate as possible. Now, I can't say the Webb City rebounds are not very accurate here so far this game. Everything else definitely as close to that as it can be. Once again, NixaLive.net if you want to keep up with live stats, shooting percentages, whatever you may wish. Here, Nixa with the ball, trying to hold on to their lead. Passing around the perimeter is Ajayi and Flint.
And if you're Webb City, you can't just let them keep swinging the ball around. You're going to have to start getting into these defenders.
Into these ball handlers. Here, a foul from the back called. See what player it's on. It is on Brady Holland, his first foul. And Colt McCoy comes back to the floor. He's playing with 4 fouls. Same with Randy Flint.
You know, Eagles kept the same lineup pretty much, except for when McCoy went into foul trouble. Cam Miller came in, but they've kept the same lineup out there this entire second half.
There, McCoy hits the deck. They're going to get another foul called. Grayson Smith gets the foul, his 4th foul. He's their leading scorer with 13. He has 3 threes tonight. Ajayi cutting in, tried the up and under and fouled under the rim. So he'll head to the free throw line. 3 straight fouls for Webb City. They were at 0 going into that timeout. We come out and they just get 3 straight. That foul. Riley Houston, his first foul of the game. Mathis Ajayi went to the free throw line once. This game is 2 for 2. As I say that, this is the first one.
But no, how Webb City was playing it, they kind of left that corner wide open, and a heads-up play from Ajayi, noticing that and cutting to the basket and getting and able to draw a foul.
Ajayi misses the second free throw as well. Rebound from Webb City. But, you know, I feel like this Webb City-Nixa rivalry, I mean, I don't know if you call it rivalry yet, but I feel like their matchup has kind of heated up in the past few years. I know last year a lot of smack talk going in that game. And, you know, just both these teams have definitely gotten a lot better at basketball so far in these last couple of years. Ajayi three-pointer barely rings out.
Just unlucky there. We saw that with Logan as well. You know, you can't let that discourage you. You got to keep shooting.
Matheson barely misses as well, although offensive rebound. Back inside, gets the finish. Rylan Houston.
Although being 6'7", like you talked about, he mainly plays outside. He's a good passer. But, you know, you think being that big, they'd stick him inside, but it's mostly been Mason Young getting the action in there.
He's listed as 6'7". I don't know.
Yeah.
That is maybe 6'5" for him, but still, someone that big, you want definitely inside the paint. McKnight gives it to Kellis. Straight to the hole and flips it up and in off the glass. I mean, Kellis, no hesitation there. And that's what makes him so good. Immediately went straight to the basket and it caught the defense off guard. Timeout called by Webb City. They'll have one left for that timeout. Full timeout, which means we will step aside for 60 seconds. This timeout brought to you by Elite HVAC 417. We'll be back in just a moment. Returning from the Webb City timeout, the Eagles lead by 12 with 125. Webb City coach Jason Warren trying to make a last-second surge here for Webb City. Looking ahead in the schedules for Nixa, I believe they play at Republic next. Yes, they do. That will be their next COC game. Republic came 4th place in the blue division in the in the blue and gold. Losing to Glendale off the last second.
Clutch free throws.
I mean, yeah, Elijah Davis, he used to go to Nixa, put up a 3-pointer right at the buzzer, gets fouled, and has 3 free throws to win the game there. Traveling violation called on Webb City.
And the way Republic played, they like to run their offense a lot through Kieran Govan. You know,
trying to drive inside and kick it out.
Exactly. I've listened to those coaches on that Rogers tournament. They talked about him. They're watching a lot of film. You know, he's not the best 3-point shooter, but you know he's so fast off the dribble. He's definitely someone to look out for in that game.
The Eagles just passing it around here. We jump under a minute left. Foul called under the basket.
Foul's called according to number 25, Mason Young, his 5th personal.
Foul is on Mason Young. He'll foul out with his 5th foul.
And the Eagles have put a lot of people in foul trouble, you know. 2 people fouling out already. Well, excuse me, not already, but in this game. And then Matheson also in foul trouble, you know. That could attribute to why they haven't stuck him inside as much, maybe not wanting to get him maybe a charge or something like that. But with Young going out, he's been the main aggressor down low. They might have to start sticking him in there.
Colt McCoy can't hit the first free throw. Apology. Oh, terrible voice crack there. Oh my gosh. Just edit that one out. Trey Turner throws it right into Randy Flint, and a foul called from behind. That's Webb City's 15th turnover of the game. Nixa with 11.
I feel like in the beginning of the game they did a great job of keeping off those turnovers, but this second half, the Nixa switched up their lineup a little bit, went like we said earlier, with a longer lineup, and it's clearly worked. They matched up a lot better and allowed them to run away with this one.
Flint makes that free throw. Looks like the Eagles will run away with this one. We'll be with player of the game, Ty Kellis. He had 24 points tonight and shot very efficiently from the field. 7 for 10 from inside the arc and 2 for 5 from the 3-point line.
Buckets good. Brady Holland.
Definitely help Nixa towards this, what's looking like is going to be a win tonight. Here is Kellis, gives it back up to Flint. And around 15 seconds left, the Eagles are just going to pass it around here. Ajayi with the ball near half court. And claps will start raining in from the crowd. Gosh, I know it's with me tonight. But the game will come to an end here. The Nixa Eagles take down the Webb City Cardinals in this one. 62-49 was definitely a rebounding difference that led to the win tonight. Nixa had 35 in the game. Not that I said I don't have the exact number of Webb City. I definitely messed that up, but definitely the physicality inside, especially coming out in the second half, led to that win.
And you're exactly right. Although you might be a little off on the, Webb City's rebounds, I think you're pretty close. At the beginning of the game, what kind of led them to start off slow was them being able to get those rebounds, just couldn't finish. And I feel like they cleaned that up a lot better in that second half, being able to convert on those chances. And also something that they did better was, converting on the fast breaks as well. They played a lot faster. They were able to kind of, we talked about how Webb City was also a very fast team, was able to match it. They took it up to a different level. They were able to kind of tire out the Webb City team.
And player of the game supposed to be Ty Kellis, but we must have forgot to grab him walking out of the door there. So, well, I guess we will pass up on player of the game. He heads to the locker room, but he knows how well he played tonight. So does that whole team. We'll give his props to him real quick. 24 points, 2 for 5 from 3, 7% from inside the arc, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He will cap off what was a great night for the Eagles tonight. McKnight second with 22. They really were the whole offense for Nixa tonight. Next game, they will head to Republic to play the Republic Tigers on January 9th. Same time, 7:30 there. Make sure you tune into that one here at Nixa Public Schools on YouTube. But until then, we say so long from Eagles Fieldhouse in Nixa, Missouri. From the Nixa Live crew, Evan, Brett, and myself, we say good night.